Hi everybody, how are we doing today, boys and girls, ladies and gents? It's Spencer here from Make It Happen. Come and join me while we talk today about the subject of mentors. So I'll let a few of you come and join online in a few seconds, and come and join us and talk about something that I find really interesting, how people use mentors, how they think about mentors and the benefit that mentors can bring them, and what some people have. Hi Lizzie, how are you? What kind of attitude people have towards mentors and mentoring, either as a mentor or being mentored. I find a lot of the time that we find that there's a lot of people out there that kind of think that people that run businesses that are successful in business should offer mentoring services. Lots of people are looking for mentors, and yet they're not thinking about strategically how to go about doing so. So mentoring is really the subject of today's conversation. So I hope you're joining. Come and say hello. Mohammed, how you doing? Rob Alsop, how are you? I'm in sunny England at the moment. I'm in the London Docklands. I mean, what the weather is like? It's about 28, 30 degrees here. The sun's shining. Oh, it's just an amazing part of the world to be in today. And looking out here across Canary Wharf and the other buildings, I won't show you because the sun's kind of like looking at me. Otherwise, you won't be able to see much about what's going on. But really, this is a fantastic place. And you can see so many successful businesses just scattered all around me here. Okay, as I stand in this fantastic room. Umar, how are you? Nice to see you. So please come and join me. There's people out there that aren't saying hi, please. It's really important to me that you come and say hi. It's really important to me also that you do me a favor and you share, okay? Like what we're doing and share it with other people so that they can benefit from it. If there's value that I can add to you, then guess what? There's other people you know that might be able to value as well. And I'd really appreciate it if you could share that content. So if you click the share button, that'd be great. Swanee, how are you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Karen, how are you? So let's get going. We've got 12. Come on, guys. Come and say hello. There's a whole bunch of you out there. Come and say hello. Please come and say hello. Let me know that you're on. Let me know that you're engaged. I want to talk to you all today about mentoring, okay? So as I said at the beginning, are you being mentored? Are you able to be a mentor? What does a mentor do? What responsibility do we have if we've got the ability and the knowledge and the experience to offer mentoring services? But also, what expectations do people have for regards to mentoring? Hi, Mo, how you doing? Yeah, okay, send us some good weather. It's lovely over here. How can I change my career from F&B to sales and marketing? Okay, great question. That's not the one we're going to deal with today, Mo, but I'll gladly speak to you offline about that one. So mentors. So just let me know, for those of you on it, have you ever had a mentor, okay, or have you ever been a mentor? So just let me know in the comments down the side here. Have you ever been a mentor, or have you ever been mentored? I'd like to know people out there what their opinions are, what their thoughts are. I've got, again, a whole bunch of questions here that I'm going to go through with you. I'm on my phone today rather than a sheet of paper because I'm away. I haven't got a cameraman with me. I haven't got a sound, I haven't got my lights, I haven't got a studio. I'm in London. It's like, So I have to do it all myself and making sure that I can get technology right. So as long as you can hear me, answer those questions. So have you been mentored before? Just answer that question, okay? Or have you mentored someone before? Just give me some feedback on that so that I understand. Okay, so let's go into it. Okay, I want to know, guys, give me feedback. Come and give me feedback's important. Okay, make sure you share it. So let's talk about mentors. So I find a lot of times there's lots of people out there that want help from people that are more experienced than them, or they look at people that are in CEO positions or sales director positions, or in positions of being kind of like an expert in their field, and they reach out to these people expecting them to mentor them. And I find that a really interesting dynamic because as far as I'm concerned, okay, mentors' time is important. And if you want to be mentored by someone, you've got to think about what you can give them in return for their time so that they're willing to help you. Because although people like to help others, everyone has responsibilities. Everyone's got a job to do, a business to run, etc. So just to go out there and mentor loads of people, okay, or even 3 or 4 people, if it's taking up lots of your time, it's not necessarily a practical thing to do. So what could you do, okay, if you were looking for a mentor, what could you do to add some value to that mentor so that he could exchange his time for something in return? So what kind of stuff? Okay, come and say hi, guys. Don't just sit there in the background. Okay, I know you're out there. Come and say hello. So what could you do? So I find a lot of people say to me, I really would like you to mentor me, Spencer. I'm like, yeah, that's great, no problem. I've got skills, I've got experience, I can share that with you, but it's going to take up my valuable time. So what can I get in return from you? So what kind of things do you think you could offer? Now, some people don't have a financial ability to be able to pay in cash terms for that mentoring. And do you know what? I get that. You know, if you're a young graduate, you're a guy in business that's starting to build a new company, you don't have much cash, you know, you're in sales and you haven't got very far yet, then invariably you may not have money to be able to pay for somebody to mentor and coach you. So what could you do? What could you give in return? What skills do you have? What value could you bring that would make a difference to that person? So have a think about that, okay? And let me know what kind of stuff. Anyone's got experiences with this, please share those experiences. Type in the comments box. Okay, it's really important. The more energy you give me, the more energy I can give you. I thrive off of energy. It's really important to me. And it's really important that if you're going to take time to sit and listen to me ramble on like a madman, then it's important that you engage with me as well and get the most out of the few minutes that you're going to spend with me here today. Okay, so what does a mentor do? And I think it's important to not get confused between a mentor and a coach, okay? So what's the difference between a mentor and a coach? Okay, Barbie, how are you? Danny, how are you doing? Craig, nice to see you. So there's an assumption that a mentor's job is to mentor people for free, okay? And what's the difference between a mentor and a coach? Well, a coach is a professional person that's paid to coach and mentor people. They come under the coaching category. Maybe people think I'm a coach as opposed to being a mentor, and I think that wouldn't be too far wrong. You know, I coach people, I get paid to coach people to get better results than they were getting before. So that's the job that I do, whether that's a company, whether that's an individual. However, okay, people out there want advice, and they want knowledge, and they want to know what to do. They want to know what mistakes not to make. They want to know what right things to do so that they can accelerate their career. Well, there's an investment you have to make if you're keen to learn that kind of stuff, and that investment's a time investment, isn't it? So you've got to make that time investment, and so that's one thing. But are you prepared to invest anything other than your time in getting the skills and the knowledge that you need so that you can grow? Some of us that are entrepreneurs know that it's a very lonely world when you're an entrepreneur. When you're the person in charge of the business, you're at the top, who's there to give you a pat on the back? Who's there to say, well done to you? Often that doesn't happen, so it's very lonely. And often young entrepreneurs look for someone to mentor them so that they can develop their skills, their knowledge, their psychology. Okay, they can develop their business plan. They can develop all aspects of their own development process for their business. And do you know what? I find that really fascinating. Now, I've got a bunch of questions here I'm going to ask. I'm going to go through. While I go through those questions, if you've got questions for me, then let me know. So let me go here. Okay, here's the first one from Sally Dovey. Okay, she's in London. She goes, Spencer, I've always assumed that you had to be a youngster or a newbie in your career to have a mentor. But then I saw you say something about looking for a new mentor yourself. So my question is, would it be considered a good mentor that I can, so my question is, who would be considered a good mentor that I can learn from after being in my industry for over 20 years? Where do you find such people? That's a really great question, because a lot of the time, what do we find? We've been in a business for a while, maybe like this lady has for the last 10, 20 years. And what happens? You think you know everyone, you think you know it all. Sometimes it's better to go outside of your industry and find somebody that's successful in business, maybe an associated industry, so that have a rough idea, or maybe it's completely left of field altogether. Because a lot of the time when you're in an industry, and I notice this a lot with industry, okay, lots of companies, when you're in that industry and you're stuck in that industry, you think you know, you've kind of got it all boxed off, and you think you know what to do. You think you know everything about that industry. But that's what the word disruption means. You know, people come into industries and they disrupt industries because they look at it from a different point of view. Okay, I'd like some thumbs up. I'd like some love hearts. Okay, if you could do that, please, that'd be fab. Okay, are you sharing it? Are you doing those things? Come on, guys, I'm giving you value here. Okay, do me a favor in return. Share the content that I've got there so that people can benefit from it as well. And don't forget to ask questions. So, do you find a mentor who's already in your industry? Somebody, you know, whatever your industry is, do you find a mentor that's within or without? And I think sometimes it's really, really beneficial to find somebody who comes from outside of your industry, because invariably the disruptors for most industries, okay, whether you want to take Uber, you want to take Airbnb, you want to take, we'll take those, they're the biggest examples out there. Those two businesses, okay, looked at taxi services and hotel bedrooms in a completely different way to anybody who was in the industry. It wasn't the Marriott Hotel or the Four Seasons Hotel or the Sheraton Hotel Group that said, you know what, there's an idea here that we can build upon. They didn't come up with the idea because they were buried within their business, thinking all things relating to their business that they've been thinking for many years. So in answer to your question, I'd say maybe look outside if you've been in the business for a long time. Okay, it's really important that you don't get stuck thinking that mentors are only for new people in businesses. Okay, who else we got here? Bedredding, how are you doing, mate? Andy Davis, nice to see you, mate. Okay, so Kathy Roberts from Cape Town in South Africa says, I heard you were mentored by Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins, how and can we all get such opportunities? Well, this was a long time ago that Tony mentored me, and I had to pay Tony for the service, for the privilege. He didn't do it for free. He didn't offer it because I was a nice guy. He offered a service that I paid for so that he could coach and mentor me, and I could drain him of as much pearls of wisdom that he had, and then use that in my business and develop my business. Now, when I worked with Tony, that was in the years 2000 to 2004, 2003, actually, around that time. That time in business for me, my business just absolutely blew up and took off at that time. It went crazy successful in that period of time because I had someone holding me accountable. I had someone external to my industry coaching me. I had someone giving me ideas outside that box of the industry that I was already in, and got me to think more about what I could achieve rather than giving myself limiting self-beliefs. And so I had Tony. It worked for me. Yes, I had to pay for him, and that's how it came about. Joe Flanagan from Dublin, Ireland. I've been in the sales industry for 6 years, but recently feel I need to up my game. I approached an expert in my industry that I'd met at a networking function a few months ago, and I asked if he would mentor me. His answer, only if I paid him. Surely me buying him some lunch and sending some referrals his way would be enough. I'm quite offended, actually. Joe, I'm quite offended that you were offended, if I'm honest with you, mate. What's your problem? You want someone to help you grow your business, do better yourself, and you want to give them nothing in return. You want them to do it out of the kindness of their heart. Really? Why would you want that? If somebody asked you to do that, would you be so easy to say, yeah, I'll do it. Don't worry. I'll give up my time. I don't want anything from you. I think you might think long and hard about it. This assumption is wrong, okay? So really, really, really think about this, Joe. Don't be offended. And again, come back to the point I was making earlier. It doesn't have to be that you pay someone in cash. Sometimes you can pay someone in other forms. Sometimes you can give someone payment for their time in other forms. Maybe you can do good deeds for them. But again, it has to be on a set of scales that balance. If they think they're doing more for you than you're doing for them, then guess what? Maybe they won't want to do it. If the scales are balanced and you agree those scales, then use a bartering principle. You know, I'll give you my time. You know, I'll clean your toilets. I'll wash your car for you every day. I'll mow your lawn. I don't know. You know, I'll come in and I'll do your filing for you at night. What is it I can do for you to repay you for the effort that you've given me? Always offer first, and you'll find that people buy into it so much more. See it. If you don't have enough money to get a mentor, where do you think one can start? But that just answers that question again, Sia. What can you do for someone? Okay, so Sia, you're in social media. What can you do? You can find someone who's really, 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 really good, okay, that you really admire and aspire to be like, and you can offer something for them in return. Like, I'll run your social media for you if you mentor me. There you go. That's that solved, isn't it? And maybe they say yes, and maybe they say no. If they say yes, guess what? Win-win. Everyone's happy, and you're getting what you need from that mentor. Remember, the problem with mentors is that generally they're successful people, which means their time is very limited. And whilst they might want to help, they can't just keep on going helping loads and loads of people just for the sake of helping. Okay, it is a practical use of time for most of those people. So bear that in mind. Any other questions, Barbie? I'm quite excellent when it comes to mentoring and coaching employees at work, okay, that many ask why I don't pursue coaching as a career. I'd like to earn from this rather than for people just to use my brains with no benefit on the side. Please advise. Barbie, you can become a coach. What's stopping you doing it? You just answered the question. You'd like to do it. People say you're good at it and you'd like to do it as a career. So what would stop you doing it? What would actually stop you going out and being a coach? Do you love what you do so much that you don't want to leave it? Well, that eliminates the potential coaching benefit. Or maybe you could coach people at the weekends or coach people in the evenings as an extra service that you offer to people. But if you've got people saying that you'd be good at it and you like the idea of doing it and it would make you happy to do, then Barbie, what are we talking about here, hun? You can do this, hun. You know you can. Write a business plan, do some market research, okay, and look for where your clients are going to be. And if you don't know then how to sell your services, then guess what? I'm the guy that you need to talk to help you, obviously. Okay, hopefully that answers that question for you, Barbie. If it doesn't, come back. Keep asking me questions. Guys, I want your feedback. Okay, next question. Okay, Anna Joyce from Dubai. I've never been mentored per se, but I've had a few good bosses over the years who have taken me under their wing and taught me a thing or two. Would you say it's beneficial to have an external mentor, one that isn't my boss? I always work hard myself, and whatever I achieve, it's because of the effort that I put in. How would a mentor actually help me? Well, my first mentor was somebody that was in my industry that I worked with. And he had a vested interest in my success. So his commitment to my development was high because he would benefit from my success. That's why it worked so well. But if you're not sure that you want to stay in the industry that you're in, if you're not sure that it's the industry for you, if you're not really happy with your job, then finding a mentor that could start asking you questions and start getting you thinking about what life would be like outside of that business might be valuable to you. And if it isn't, then guess what? Find somebody else. Start thinking in different directions. We just go down this path a lot of the time and we're stuck in this place, and that place we're stuck, we don't tend to move from. And when we don't, guess what? We lose out. It's us that loses. So can we stretch ourselves? Can we find someone external? Can we spend time with that person teaching us, coaching us, mentoring us, whichever word you want to use? Are you prepared to pay for someone to help you start a new career? Are you prepared to pay for someone, not necessarily in money, in your time, in return, to get someone to help you think outside of your box that you're in, okay, and help you open some doors? And remember, coaches have networks. You know, people that come to me know that they've got access to my network when they work with me. And the benefit is my network is large, it's vast, and I know people from all of my years working that I could probably join dots with and put together and help them then grow their business further. So don't underestimate the power of a coach, even in that respect as well, or a mentor, sorry. Okay, George, how you doing? Fahana. Hello, George, how are you, mate? Okay, Barbie, please advise me on how to sell myself. What people ask for first is a certification, which I can't afford now. I'm really sorry, Barbie. You're giving me all the reasons why you can't do something. That's rubbish. That's such a limiting self-belief. Barbie, start thinking about the reasons why you can do something and you will do something. If you want to get a certification, then guess what? Go and get some work on the side. Go and work on your weekends. Find a way to give somebody something in return for getting your time for the certification. There is a way. You just have to stop thinking there isn't. You have to think that there is, and there can be, and there will be, and there shall be, and you're going to do it, and you'll make it happen. And guess what? No matter what, it's going to be you that does it. Stop thinking that, oh my God, it's tough, and I can't do this, and I can't do that. That's just utter nonsense. Okay, please advise me on how to sell myself. Okay, what people ask for first is a certification. They don't ask for certification first. That's absolute hocus pocus. To be a coach, you don't need to be certified to be a coach. If you've got years of experience, years of knowledge, and you've got lots of people saying you're a great coach, that's enough to get started. Get going and take some qualifications on the way. Come on, Barbie, you can do it. Come on, okay? Barbie, stop saying you've got no money. It's not always about money. It's about how you invest your time wisely. Be more positive and you'll get an answer. Asif Fawan, how are you, mate? Okay, keep asking questions, guys. Right, next question. Melanie Jones from New York says, I recently started mentoring a group of young women. Problem is, I've never been mentored before, so I'm not sure how to go about it. Do I just give them advice? Should I introduce them to people? Should I let them shadow me? I don't actually know. Well, you know what? I do different things. And when I've mentored people and when I've been mentored by people, the job really is for that person to try and understand you. So if I'm the mentoree, understand me, and understand what makes me tick and care about what my values are, and gets me thinking about what my future would be like if I was able to achieve the things that I really deep down wanted to achieve. So a mentor is someone that, yes, of course, opens up doors for people. So in answer to your question, okay, do you shadow people? Well, maybe you do, depending on the industry you're in. Maybe you don't. Okay, maybe you just sit and you coach. Maybe you sit and mentor. Maybe it's a once a week, you know, a lunch. Maybe it's a dinner once a week. Maybe it's a meeting once a week. Maybe it's a Saturday morning after church, Sunday morning after church. I don't know what your industry is, and I know that you're in the States. I don't know what you're doing. So different things apply to different people. So at first, play it by ear. But remember, being a mentor is someone that helps get someone results. So if you're going to get someone results, then you've got to make sure that you create a path. Okay, you know where you're heading and you know how you're going to get there, and that path you're going to take that person on. It's not to sit there and be a counselor. It's not to sit there and be a good listener. That's not a mentor. A mentor helps people grow, and it's important to bear that in mind. Right, next question. Hopefully that's answered that question for you, hun. Okay, Henrik Just in Joburg. Okay, I've been mentoring a guy for 4 years now. Awesome. Okay, last week I discovered that he's gone behind my back and now poaching all my clients. I confronted him about this, and he says he's able to offer my clients more than I am at better rates, and that I shouldn't have any hard feelings. What should you do? Hendrik, what can I say? The reality of the situation is, if someone's taking your clients, you're not looking after your clients well enough. If someone steals your clients, there's an old saying that says, look after your clients before somebody else does. If you give your clients great value, great service, great support, if you make those clients feel that you're the most important person to them and you have massive value to them, those people without doubt will stay loyal to you. If you're stealing them, okay, stealing them because they have doubts that you're the right guy for them. So get in touch with your clients again, okay, rebuild your relationships, get closer to them, get stronger with them. And that guy that's starting to steal your clients, do you know what? You have to remember that not all people are good people. But you also have to remember that business is business. So people will try and steal business from you with a smile on their face, and people will think about themselves before they think before they think of anyone else. And that's part of life. It's what you've got to accept. And if you accept that, then you've got a good chance of not worrying about that type of stuff. Hopefully that's been beneficial. Right, who else has got a question for me? Guys, you've got questions for me? Let me know. Okay, I want to know what those questions are. Okay, are you sharing with everybody? Are you sharing it with your audience? Are you making sure that people are seeing this content so it can add value to them? If you're not and you're being selfish about it, think about the value you can bring to others by sharing this type of information. Okie dokie, righty-ho, it's 20 minutes in, I'm in London, I'm going to do another Facebook Live for you in a week's time, okay, whilst I'm overseas again, but it's getting mighty hot in here with the sun beaming down on me in this room here in the London Docklands. Thank you very much for your time, everyone. Please PM me your questions, DM me your questions, email me your questions, find me on Instagram if you want to and get hold of me there. I'll gladly answer any question you have for me. So please reach out whenever you can and I'll do my best to help you. For now, signing out. Whatever you do today, make sure that you make it happen. We'll see you soon, folks. Take care.